Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Tonight's date is March 18th, 2026. I like March. I mean, March is okay. There's better months. I like it much better than February because I hate saying February. So March is good. March is a easy one off the tongue. March. Just quick and to the point. Hey, Laurel, she says, looking good, sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. it's a Wednesday. I was hoping. It's like, is it a Tuesday today? I asked the missus. Is it a Tuesday today? She goes, no, it's Wednesday. Well, she did not say it's Wednesday. I say it's Wednesday. She says it's Wednesday. You might notice I say words a little different. Laurel says we're getting back to normal temps. It was cold this morning. It was 20 degrees when we got up this morning. It got above freezing, and I had to run the laser room today, so I had the fan in the window. So I did not help the house's heat today, but I told the missus, I said, hey, I'm sorry, I got to get product made. So, yeah, we're not down to normal yet. Well, we're normal, but it's not normal warm. Spring in New England, it's normal. It's warm, cold. We're probably going to get up to like 60 or 70 and then probably drop back down to 30 before we're done. It's New England. I always get a kick out of it and checking out. You know, I love like places like Montana. I really love Colorado, but I can't ever move there. I think Colorado is the most prettiest state in this country. It's got the ruggedness of Montana, but more green. I've grown quite fond of green. People ask me about New England. It's green. You ain't seen green till you've been up here. It's green. I guess some parts of Kentucky, maybe some Tennessee. You know, the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Smoky Mountains. It's like, yeah, they're all part of the Appalachian. Appalachia's green. That runs straight up through New England, and it's green. It's green everywhere. Yeah. I got to make my stands. Hey, Laurel, I'm gonna make the stands. And offer them up, and folks can either buy them or not. Kentucky is the bluegrass state. I know, that's why I said it. Bluegrass, the Blue Ridge Mountains, and then I believe the Smoky Mountains are what, the Carolinas or something like that. But the coasters are just a hair over 4, and I'd like the coaster bases to be like 4.5 square. But the problem is I'd have to go a 6-foot board, rip it down. It's not cost effective because I got a lot of waste. So I can get a 4-inch wide board and then just do 4x4s. And the coaster will just hang over the edge a little bit. And I was thinking it might be too much. It's like, no, I have a 4x4 slate coaster that came with my laser as just a test. And I put my round coasters on the square coasters. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm going to do the 4x4 base, and I'm going to do the four dowels in each corner, and it's going to be slightly larger than it needs to be. So the coasters will be able to move around a little bit because there's a little bit of play between each of my coaster sets. Some are right at 4, some are just slightly under, some are slightly over. Most of them are just slightly over, but they're all roughly. And as long as they stay in there, it's going to be nice. So now here's what I've got to figure out whether I want to stain it and stuff like that. Whether I want to do a dark stain, which is probably the way I'll go, and then use a spray polyurethane on it, just real quick. Just nothing fancy. It'll look nice. Now, I can do it for the height of the 4, and I can also do it for the height of the 8. Because the four coasters are only this tall, so 8 isn't that much. It's not that bad. But if you get one for 4, 8's not going to fit in. If you get a stand for 8, 4 is just there's not enough. So I'm trying to figure out how it's going to be cost effective for me to make it, because there's some people that might want 8, and it makes sense to just get one stand instead of 2 stands. But I think the majority of people are only going to get 4. And then some people might not want a stand. They might want to. I'm going to $4 to $6, something like that is what I'm hoping. I'm shooting just for the stand. So it ain't going to be that expensive. It ain't going to be that much more. But yeah, so I got to figure out how I want to set that up and get it ready, because I don't want to do them custom order. Oh, you want an 8? Now I got to make an 8. But I don't want 5 billion 8s when I know most people aren't going to order 8 coasters. So I don't know. I got to figure it out. But coaster holders will be offered. Just simple ones. So they'll be finished, and then on the bottom I'll put my logo. I'll engrave my logo on the bottoms of them. And there you go. You won't see it unless you turn it over. It is the way it is. Well, it's the same way with my coasters. You're not going to see my logo until you turn them over, and it's, oh, hey, his logo's on the bottom. Yeah, I am wanting to make these things nice. When I tell people that I want them to be nice, I don't want them to be the run of the mill. Now, I talked to another gal. She'd asked me what laser I use, and I don't put that out. I don't put that out for the general public. But she does. She does crafts and stuff like that. She does trinkets and crafts. She got herself 3 lasers. They're all X tools. I don't have X tool. And most of hers are way lower wattage than what I'm running. A lot smaller machines, but perfect for craft fairs and stuff like that. I'm not trying to denigrate her. I'm not. That's what she does. That's what most people do when they get their lasers. They get a low watt. They get a 5 or a 10 watt laser, because that's what they can afford. And she's like, yeah, I was looking at the brand that I got. So I was looking at that, but they were just too expensive. And I'm like, well, X Tools got some expensive ones too. But I said, yeah, I needed something that had a bigger production area, and the X Tools just did not, for the price. For me to get the size that I need for production area, it'd have been astronomically higher in price for it. Laurel says you can have the dowels for 8, and with the same base, do 8s only when you need it. Right? Yeah, that's not a problem, but they have to be finished, and the dowels have to be glued into the bases, and then the whole thing finished. So I'm still stuck with I'm stuck with the custom order aspect of it. It's like, oh, gee, I can have it for 8, and then I can just pop it in. It's like, well, then it's still then made to order. And I've been there, done that. I don't want to do anything made to order. If it ain't ready, I don't want to offer it for sale. It's another step in the process that, again, I've done business before. I've offered stuff. How long does it take to finish? 2 days. You go, holy shit. Yeah, 2 days. It takes about 5 minutes to get it all together. It takes 2 days to make sure that everything is stained, dried, spray enamel on it, and then dried. You can't set it in. You see what I'm saying? It's not. It's not plug and play, because everything, when you stain it, it has to dry. Then when you either shellac it or you put the polyurethane on it and stuff like that, you got to do it. Then it's got to dry. Then you sand it again real quick. Do another little coat. Let it dry. It has to sit. You can't put it in a box. You can't. It's things. Yeah, there's a lot of downtime in products that people do not think about. It's not just, there you go. Like these coasters. They're just roughed now. They're roughed. I still have to router the bottoms of them, give them all a good sanding again, put the cork bottom on it, oil, and see, I do that first so that I don't mind the oil getting on the cork. I don't want the oil to be on where the cork's got to stick to, so I'm not. So then when that's done, then I've got to hand oil and wax it. Let that sit, buff it out, maybe apply another one. So you're looking at probably 2 days for each set of, I can do them in batch. It's not a problem, but 2 days for a set of coasters just in finish work. Now, most of the time it's just sitting. I'm not touching it. Most of it's just sitting. But yeah, production's a pain in the ass, and going, okay, I don't want to have to go, yeah, you want this, but now I've got to make sure that in that time I get your stand made. Well, what if I'm in the middle of doing other stuff? Then I'm in a bind. So, yeah, as you can see, it's like, The only other way that I can think of, and I might be able to do it, is I cut enough bases for everything. Do what you said. Just cut the 4 and the 8. Get enough sets, 4 and 8s for everything. Or let's say, get enough 4s, half of 8s. Going, gee, maybe everybody's going to buy 2, whatever. I've got more batches coming up anyways. So if I do like enough for 4 and half 8s, and finish the bottoms and finish the dowels, but don't put the dowels in and just do it like that. Go fuck it. And then when it comes in, put just a little dab of glue in the bottom of the hole where it goes. Shove that freaking dowel in. Then I can ship it that day. That's not a problem. As long as they're done, I'll try that. I'll see if that'll work. Sound like a plan? Then because both of them will be finished. The dowels will be finished. And the stand will be, and the base will be finished. They just won't be in the holes. Don't know how the fit's going to be, because when you spray them on, it's unless I just make sure that that most that's going to be buried in the stand doesn't have anything on it. So I could put a piece of tape around as deep as it's going to go in, and then just finish from that. Yeah, I can do that. That way it'll still fit. If I dry fit them in ahead of time, then that's fine. Yeah. That's a good idea. Thank you, Laurel. That's what I'll just work through this. But yeah, then I just got to figure out how do I want to finish them. I think staining's probably the easiest. I kind of like the idea of doing it the burn, but staining's the easiest. Where is everybody? Because I got news. It's been a busy week. It has been a busy week. Tonight's coffee is hazelnut cream, New England brand. Hazelnut cream, New England brand. Yeah, the other day we passed 71% down. we're just over $300 in the last rolling 28 days. Facebook is screwing me. But I got over $850 worth of product downstairs. It's going to go into the shop to get the final treatment. But and then I'm still doing some more coasters. I'm not done with them. Laurel says I'm showing 2. Gus, are you hiding? Yeah, there's 2 now. I'm showing 2 now. Gus is probably hiding. I'll let Gus tell everybody unless he wants me to tell everybody. Gus called me. Called me Monday. Gus called me Monday. Oh, man. Going to be something with allergies this year, I tell you. Every year it gets worse. Going to have to take my antihistamines. Antihistamines. But, yeah, I posted up about the coasters. I posted that. I did 4 this morning. I did quite a bit more after lunch, but I did 4 sets this morning. Like I said, it takes like an hour and between an hour and 6 and an hour and 10 minutes per set of 4 coasters. Now the gal that I talked to today, and she does laser work, and she goes, "Oh, wow, that's a lot of time." She does the slate coaster. She said it only takes me about 3 minutes per coaster. I said, "Yeah, I know it does." Laurel says it's wicked here in Kentucky as everything is starting to pop. But yeah, I know it only takes about 3 minutes per coaster on slate. Well, because slate's treated, and then you're just light etching the surface of it. You're not doing any serious etching into it. So what it does is it turns the dark coaster light, and then after that's done, they wipe that down, they clean it off, and then they put urethane or shellac on it, whichever, and that seals it back up again. So it's really quick. Hey, OT, welcome to the show. And I told her, I said, I thought about doing, because I got samples. I got sample slates. That's a quick and cost-effective way to turn over money. I mean, stop and think about it. I'm not having to cut the coasters out. I'm not having to really do any prep work with it. I don't have to do any finish work after it's in it. Just put the design, line it up, let it go. But here's the thing, you got to make sure that it's on there correct. Now, a lot of people, they don't care if it's right centered. I care. I'm anal about that shit. It really bothers me when something's not centered when it's supposed to be centered. You run that risk when you're engraving on pre-cut coasters. My coasters are always centered. Why? Well, because I put in a solid slab of wood. It engraves the coaster and cuts it, and it's done. It's not trying to put it on something. It cuts it after it's engraved, and it's all measured out. There's no room for error. That's why, your borders are, they're exactly around it. Yeah, they are. Not off a bit. Not a bit. Well, because it's all done out of one slab. I'm not trying to line it up and pray, oh, please, get on there right. So, okay, but here you go. I told her, I said, yeah, I was thinking about that. It's a really way, and you can sell the coasters cheaper because you're not putting in much time or effort with it. So in an hour, you can get at least 4 sets completed in an hour. I get 1 set almost engraved and cut in an hour. Like I said, it's just over an hour. And then I still have a shit ton of finishing to do. So yeah, they're going to cost more. I think they look better. I think mine look way fucking better than the slate ones. But here's another. You want to know the main reason? Aside from trying to make sure that they're lined up, I could have dealt with that. Did anybody want to take a guess on what they think the real reason is why I'm not going to offer slate coasters. Hey there, Allie. Hope you and Jim are doing good. You got in before I really got in on my news. You're all gonna get a kick out of this one. But take a guess. Take a guess why I'm not gonna offer slate coasters. The real reason. It's not cost. It's not about lining it up. It's something else. Something else. They can break. They can. Not my concern. That ain't it. You're gonna you're gonna hear it and you're gonna go, yeah, that's sounds about right. Sounds about right. Any other guesses why? No guesses. It's going to make y'all laugh, but it's going to make sense. No other guesses? Okay, no other guesses. I took one of the slate coasters and I set it on my stand next to my table. That's where I keep my overflow stuff. I got a stand. I set it on the stand. And I took my coffee mug. And I went over and I set it down on the slate coaster. I fucking did not like that sound. I did not like it at all. It just annoyed the shit out of me. A ceramic mug lowering down against a slate rock. It's like, oh, hell no. And I always said, I will not sell a product that I would not want myself. Now, they're very popular. A lot of people buy them. I do not like the way it sounds. And you're going to do that every time you drink. You're going to pick your drink up and you're going to drink it and you're going to bring it back down and you're going to set it back down onto that slate coaster. And that would just annoy the fuck out of me. I like a softer sound. Wood. Leather. I'm looking into leather too. Now here's something that I might do. I might do a slate base with a leather glued top. I could do that. But it's got to be cost effective. It may not be cost effective because then you're buying twice the coasters or twice the material, and then you have to take the time to glue them. So I'll have to see how it is. But yeah, leather works for me because it sounds soft. Wood sounds soft. So you can put a glass on it, you can put a coffee mug on it, you can do it like that. Slate, oh my God. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm glad they sent me these samples so I didn't have to figure that out by going, yeah, let's go ahead and buy some. The only way, maybe if you could put some felt over the top, but then you wouldn't need to engrave it. Yeah, leather sounds good. It does sound good. It's soft. So I'll have to see. I might even be able to do like a maybe a leather on wood or leather on plastic. I don't know. I'd have to see. Because again, it's all about cost. My wood, I love my wood. Oh my goodness. Speaking of that, I posted up the pictures. I posted pictures. I posted up the. Let's see what we get going on here. I'm going to open this up. Okay. Hey, this is not the right thing. Because I can see the damn chat in the background. Now these are the ones that I did this morning. I'm gonna have to fix this dang thing. Watch this. Let's see here. Let's see if I can change that. Okay, properties. What do we got here? That ain't right. There we go. Sorry about that. Those were the four that I did this morning. So I did 2 Crusaders crosses and 2 sets of sunflower this morning. As you can see, the sunflower, where it's not half and half, works perfect this way. I first did a test run. It was half. It was a reverse image on half of it. It wasn't working. It came out too muddy. This is beautiful. So these are both in maple and walnut. And it's funny because, as you see right here, there's not a huge difference between maple and walnut when it's dry like that. Huge difference when it's when it's finished. I had posted up in the back room, and I'd sent Laurel one to show folks. People love the way it looks, just normal, just dry. Now here's the difference. The one on the right, here's the hummingbird, that's just wet. And the one on the left is dry. Now, people love the dry. And I try to tell people, when these things are finished, they're going to look freaking phenomenal. They're going to look more like this, but it's going to be oiled and waxed. But you see those rich colors? That's the way they're going to be. And as you can see, there's going to be a noticeable difference in shade between the maple and the walnut. The walnut's going to look like that. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then you get the shininess, and it's just beautiful. This is what a high dollar coaster should look like. Absolutely beautiful. So you can imagine those, but again, on the bottoms, they're going to be tapered in. They're going to be rounded in a little bit, and then it's going to have the cork bottom on it. And why? Well, it helps with slipping, and it sounds soft when you put it on. Everything matters. I swear to God. When I do a product, I think everything through. Which is why I'm not doing slate coasters. I don't like the way porcelain and glass sounds when you put it on slate. It just the wood is softer. It's got a muffled sound, and then it sounds even softer when it's muffled again by that cork base that it's sitting on, whatever. So again, these are going to be fantastic. So Allie, you haven't said anything again. You just said howdy. You and Jim both there? Did you eat? Is he playing games? So yeah, these coasters are going to, the maple are going to be like butter. The oil should make them slightly yellow, but not like butter yellow, but yellow. But they're going to look smooth, just like, it's like, oh. Allie says we're both here. How's the family situation? You got that taken care of? Going to run out on us again? Oh, that good, huh? Sorry to hear. Laurel's now getting to say hi to everybody. She says, hi, Allie, hi, Jim, and hi, OT. Well, I hope everything gets sorted. Now I got my news. So when I tell you, I've been super stoked. Hey, what do you think of the new Dragons? I think the new one's a little cartoony. I'm kind of on the fence on it. I kind of like it, and yet other times like I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Let me see if I can run those again before I get into the news. Let me see if I can find the dragons. There we go. Here's the dragons. Okay, there's the dragons. Laurel says undecided. Yeah, see, I'm there too. It's like, yeah, it looks so, yeah, it's okay. I love the head. I love the dragon head. Then now, see, it's like, yeah, it's okay. I'm not in love with it. It's not bad. It's good quality. I'm just... You said you're not sure what's off. I can tell you what's off a little bit. I don't like the wings that seem a bit small. They're not pronounced enough in the thing. The head isn't cartoony, but it's coming off a little cartoony. Let's see if I can stop it. There we go. I love the way the flames are coming down, and they work. See, you see this top edge, but this is like burned away. I like that. It may be this. It may be the wings. I don't know. Now, see, the good thing is that I've only made 2 sets. So what I may do is I may or may not offer this as I could sell this, and I'm sure somebody's going to buy it. But I may work on get out of here. I may work on, the wings are too small. Yeah, the wings were a little bit too small with the head. Laurel saw the way I first designed it. The first design was the exact same dragon that was in the box top, which is absolutely awesome. But it's too fine a detail. It wasn't coming out well in the wood carve. So I had to simplify it. And then it was like, yeah, it's still not quite right. So then I increased the size of the head. The head's a little bit bigger now. And I turned the head, and then I increased the flame area. And that's working. The head should, I don't know. I'd kind of like it, maybe a bigger head, but this angle, the flames coming out. More shoulder area that you see, and see more of the wings, but you're not going to see much of the wings anyways, but you can definitely tell that the wings are kind of small here. So yeah, I may still sell these, but I may go with a different production dragon design, because it's not okay. We look and we go, the dragon head, oh, fucking killer. I got no problems with that. I nailed that. She's spot on. Proportions, style, spot on. The other one, it wasn't. Yeah, not so much. That's not saying it's bad. It's a good design. It's just not, it's not talking to me. And I want people to just, all my other designs, you look at them, you go, oh, yeah, that's right. And that one's not, it's good quality. It's just not right. So I may come up with a different design. I don't think it's the end of the world. People aren't going to, I'll still sell those. I'll still sell those 2 sets and go, these are the only ones. This is it. No more like it. Allie says, I like it all. Oh, you like the new one, the fire breather? Good. Buy up the 2 sets. Oh my goodness. Hey, Allie, did you see that? Yeah, I showed you the, you were here when I ran the wet, right? The hummingbird wet. She says I will. Well, unless somebody else buys them first. They're gonna be $30 a piece per set. $30 a set. I've come into I can't sell them under 30. Cost me too much in materials and time. Yeah, did you see, were you here when I showed the 2 hummingbird coasters? You say you believe so. I think you were too. You would remember if I'd shown the. Now you can imagine that same look with these. Oh, freaking phenomenal. Freaking phenomenal. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Oh, weird nights. We've been taking our vitamin D, so it's been helping us sleep. But I still wake up a lot through the night, but I can fall back asleep. I'm able to go to sleep, and I've been able to stay asleep until I wake up, and then I don't stay awake for very long. So I'm back to normal, so that's fine. Weird-ass dreams. Oh, my God. One of the dreams last night, I was selling guns, and it was kind of like in a mall, and it was white, but it was like a meeting room, but it wasn't, and it was white walls with white racks, and guns were on it, but they were in a fucked up order, but I was the only one selling, and I had my name badge, but it wasn't for the place that I worked for this last summer. It wasn't. I don't know what I was doing. And I'm like, I couldn't figure out how they put that shit out. They were wrong. They were just, and then some other folks came in, and they started taking the guns and moving them around. I'm like, hey, you can't do that. You can't do that. They're like, well, it doesn't make sense. I said, no, it doesn't make sense, but you don't work here. You can't be moving the guns around. I'll take care of it. And they're like, oh, well, you probably don't even live in the area. It's like, I fucking do. That's why I'm working here. So they give me a hard time. I'm like, Jesus Christ, just leave them alone. So then they went off and they went and sat and they had tables so people were like eating shit. It was, you know how dreams are. It makes sense when you're in the dream, but you think about it later and you go, that doesn't make any sense. So they were all talking and just shooting the shit. And I was about to fucking just gone. You're out of here. And I woke up. So I don't know what that signified. I have no idea. Dreams. I've been having some weird ass dreams, but I've been sleeping. But okay. A little sidestep. Hey, I got contacted today. Stop it. Let me talk. I got contacted today. Dear John. It's like, oh my God, dear John. I hope you're doing well. I'm reaching out on behalf of former U.S. Congressman Bob Inglis, 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 to see if you might have interest in having him join the Whiskey Cowboy Live for a conversation on one of your Wednesday evening shows. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. He goes on, blah, 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 blah. He participates in over 100 speaking engagements each year and regularly joins podcasts, radio shows, live streams, discussions where the audience can ask questions and engage directly, which seems to be a great fit for your format. It does. It does. Excuse me. Anyone on, blah, 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 blah. My background seems to fit, and he listed out my background. It's like, yeah, okay. Think you'd be a good fit. Let us know. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, hey. Hey, thanks for the interest. I don't know who the fuck he is. I'm paraphrasing. I'll have to look into who he is. But yes, if everything checks out, then sure, he can show up on a Wednesday night. I said he can either show up on Zoom with I usually do it with Zoom, so he can do it video or not, just vocal, because, Dr. Tom from Wyoming, he came on the show. He's video, and I put his picture up, and I said, so we can work it out. It's not a problem. Oh, they got back. Oh, great. That little pity patty, and I'm thinking this. I'm a little guy. What the hell's he interested in a little guy? So I said, hey, just so you know, I said, I don't have very many people that follow my YouTube show. I said, they're a very dedicated group, but there's only a handful of them. I said, but I would be able to have lead up time to promote it on my page. I got a lot more folks. How much money? No, he's not asking for money. He's not asking for money. I said, so I can do lead up time and I can promote it so we can hopefully get some more folks on. I said, oh, that's great. That's And this was from the Carolinas Outreach Liaison for republicen.org. Or says good. Yeah. So he's a Republican, conservative, former congressman. I'm like, what the fuck is he interested in my show for? I ain't got much of an audience. But hey, good, I hit their radar. Well, Bob Inglis served as a member of South Carolina's congressional delegation and currently is the executive director of republicen.org. I'm like, okay. I have no idea what the fuck that is. Like I said, I told the guy, I'll look into it. I'll look into it. And he's been a congressman for South Carolina twice. One in the late 90s and then one in the mid 2000s. I think the last term he got out in 2010. I'm like, okay. I'm going to pull up Republic EN's website for you. You ready? Here we go. Republic EN. Conservative and care about climate? I've never really seen a right-wing party care about the environment before. I'm very passionate about, I said this person. I'm so glad others who believe the free markets but don't reject science. Blah, blah, blah. These are all the people. Andrew in California. And you notice most of the people that are in the background of this thing are very young people. Very young people. Climate change. Yes, climate change. Blah, blah, blah. So I could keep going through. And there's ways to climate change is a threat to America's environment, national security, economy, agriculture, and people. Blasey, 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 blah. How to get, which is the best way to fight it? Okay, regulation not effective. Incentivizing not enough. Pricing, the sensible answer. Okay. Yeah, he wants to basically tax and fine and fees of big businesses who pollute in the environment and blah. No. Number one, I've never, like the person said, I've never seen a conservative and a Republican that cared about the environment. That's wrong. Caring about the environment and caring about climate change are not the same things. Laurel goes, oh, hell no. You're right. You can care. You will find very few people out there more caring about the environment than me. I'm old school. I grew up, everybody was recycling, but they didn't call it recycling. Well, we were poor. We just didn't waste shit. We reused shit. We cared to not shit all over the planet. There is a difference between being ecologically sound and being a good steward of our planet and thinking that we have any meaningful impact on climate overall and that it's a fucking danger. We're still not up naturally as high as we used to be. The Earth used to be a hell of a lot hotter than it is now. We're still coming out of the second ice age. We're in a mini ice age. We haven't come out of it. So the Earth was still on a warming trend, even if there was no man on Earth. It was still starting to warm up. It's hubris thinking that what we do is making that big of an impact. I ain't having that shit. So I'm like, well, yeah, that's pretty fucking stupid. So then I'm like, well, let's hear some more about this guy. And I'm gonna play something for you. I might get a copyright strike on it. I don't care. We'll see. You ready?
Race to the White House. Here with us now is former South Carolina Republican Congressman Bob Inglis. Congressman, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
I have to ask, at what moment did you decide, a lifelong Republican, that you're going to support Harris? Was it a policy or a moment from Trump that may have changed your mind?
Not so much a moment. It's just really two things. You know, I'm like you say, a Republican who just can't vote for Donald Trump for two reasons. One, character, and the other is rationality. You know, character. This guy, Donald Trump, is a guy who has been unfaithful to not one, not two, but three wives. And now we're sort of the fourth. And we're at the altar with him, and we're hearing his statements of devotion.
Okay, and I have to stop that so that they don't get me on it. So, okay. Laurel says one volcanic eruption. Anything we have right? Yeah. But this guy is worried about Trump being faithful to his spouses. Sorry to tell this nut job, but while I care about that sort of thing, there's been very few presidents that haven't had dalliances, and a good many of them had dalliances when they were in the fucking White House. Didn't mean that they weren't good executives. May or may not have, but that's just the way it is. Allie says that guy is a joke. So let me go again.
To us, and could we possibly believe those? I mean, that's who he is. He's just a very flawed character who is actually, I think, pretty sick puppy. Needs some real help. I mean, I think he's a narcissist who can think only of himself. And so character is where he fails. He also fails on rationality. You know, that we need people who can look at facts, make decisions based on true facts and not alternate facts.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. You get the point. Rationale. Tell me how being a lifelong Republican and conservative, I get it. If you don't want to vote for Donald Trump, even if it's for any of those reasons, I think they're bullshit reasons. When faced against Kamala Harris, if you think that's cutting off your nose to spite your face. So you're a lifelong Republican and conservative, and you think that he's got problems with rationale and logic and truthfulness and stuff. So you're going to vote for Kamala, the woman who got to every position that she was in by red knees and lockjaw? Give me a break. A woman who can't tell the truth to save her own ass. Allie said, tell me he doesn't like the word salad lady. No, he said that he led with that. Why is he supporting Kamala Harris? He voted for Kamala Harris because Trump's flaws. It's like, well, Harris is 100 times worse. So, I'm going to be sending the representative a nice email tomorrow and say, I've done a little research on this gentleman, and I've decided that even though I'm just a little fish and I don't have a big audience, I'm not going to give him a platform. I can't. And if he is as righteous and morally sound as his smarmy fucking face tried to portray. He'll understand how my integrity does not allow me to have him on my show. Because I tell you what, my show's for you guys and for me. It's not for him. If a guest is going to benefit you guys or myself, I'll have him on. He serves no benefit aside from just being annoying as shit. And I'd rather spend my Wednesday evening not being annoyed as shit. What do you think? So again, that's former U.S. Congressman Bob Inglis, Inglis. Laura says, I wouldn't listen to that crap. Yeah, I got nothing. I got no desire to hear what he has to say about leadership and integrity and morals and forthrightness after listening to that bunch of horse shit come out of his mouth. I just can't. I'm just a simple country guy. And I'm sorry, I ain't got enough whiskey to wash down that horse shit. So I can't do it. So I thought, oh, this is interesting. Yeah, no wonder, because he's searching for places that'll still listen to him. Well, why doesn't he do what he did like there? Go to the lamestream media. They'll listen to him. Anytime they get a Republican and or a conservative that breaks rank on any issue, they'll give him a voice. But yeah, climate change, I'm not worried about climate change. Laurel said, I'd have to buy another bottle of tequila. Yeah, Jose ain't got enough. It's like, no, not doing it. No, not worth my time. Gus, you there? You want to tell the folks the news? Allie says, my bestie is here to spend time with me before my surgery tomorrow. I will tune in on Sunday. Oh, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you were doing surgery tomorrow. But you have a good, what you having surgery for? And I hope it goes well. W has joined the show. Hey, W. You missed all the good stuff. Carpal tunnel in the right hand. I don't know why I was thinking shoulder. But good luck. Good luck. I hope it goes good. W says I'm here now. Oh, you're late. Got to pay the taxes. Got to pay the fees. Pay the piper. Peter Piper. Me, Peter Piper. Well, good. I hope the surgery goes good. Gus, are you there? Hell, I don't think he'd mind if I told you folks. I just wanted to give him the opportunity first. It's not like it's a big secret for him. He got approved for surgery tomorrow too, so he's gonna be going in tomorrow. So prayers going out for Gus and Miss Allie. Allie says thank you, WC, for the well wishes. You're most welcome. What kind of an asshole would I be if I didn't wish you well? While they're in there, get the good stuff, good bionics. I don't see what. Hey, the technology's out there. Just stop fucking around with shit. Give them the good stuff. So I say about Gus too. It's like, damn, put the good stuff in. Be running fast. I won't be able to keep up with him. At least I can walk around now. Wasn't like last winter. Oh my God, I couldn't walk. But yeah, so Allie and Gus will both be in surgery tomorrow. Oh, you want the good drugs? I hate drugs. Whiskey's where I go. But I don't like getting drunk. I don't like not. I've been there, done that. I don't like not being in control, which is why I don't like drugs. I don't even take pain medicine very often. I don't like it. W says prayers for those who need them. Everybody needs them. So Allie says I can't have whiskey in the hospital. Stop that. I will not hear that negativity on my show. Can't have it. You know, fuckers. Yes, you can. Mainline that shit. IV. You got an IV drip? There you go. Laurel says, awesome. I'll add both Allie and Gus to my talk with the big guy tonight. You're already talking with the big guy. I thought that's what we called the show. That's that we all agreed, right? It's not the Whiskey Cowboy Live. It's talking with the big guy. Stop it. The other big guy. Well, you have a good evening. You have a good evening with your friend. Say hey from the cowboy and the rest. Again, hazelnut cream coffee from New England brand. It's delicious. She said, hey. Laura says, God does have a sense of humor. He does. And by he, I mean me. No, say, you know, the Heavenly Father has a sense of humor. You ever seen a fucking platypus? It's like, I got a bunch of parts here. He got the create Earth kit, and he wasn't following the instructions. He didn't want to read it, and he said, fuck this. And he starts putting things together, and he goes and he makes it and shit like that. And then he's like, at the end, he's got this, I got a bunch of fucking spare parts here. What the hell? Okay, well, platypus. Oh, you heard it here first. God, with a build your universe kit. Oh, my goodness. But yeah. My goodness. That's done. And go to my other cup right here. My Orca. My truck's semi-clean. We had a good pour down the other day. I think it was Monday. Yeah, Monday. We had a good pour down. I'm like, oh yeah. And then when it let up, I'm like, I'm gonna get out there. So I went out and I turned on the hose. It was still raining, but it let up a bit. And I plugged in the hose and just got down the sides of the truck where the rain didn't necessarily hit it as good. Like, oh, I hope that's better. It's better, but you can still see it. Couldn't get out there today because it's too dang cold. That was on my list, wasn't it? Get the truck washed this week. I'm waiting for a warm day. It's got to be a warm day if I'm going to be out there sudsing up. And by warm, I mean over 40. That's fine. Still ain't got the oil changed yet. W said we didn't get as much as they thought we would. That's what she said. Oh, my goodness. Rain. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What'd you think I meant? Judy goes, it's going to be in the 90s here this weekend. Hey, Judy, welcome to the show. And stop bragging. Stop bragging. Stop bragging this heart around. It's not bragging, it's dragging. Yeah, Judy, so you like the sunflowers? I told you it looked better without because I did it half and half the first time. It was the left half was the right. It was the right way, the way the whole thing is now, and then the other one was reversed like a negative. It was just coming out muddy as hell. Wasn't clear, and I'm like, yeah, let's do the whole thing this way, and there we go. Now, Judy, you saw did you see my? W says 80s here in North Carolina. This fuck you. See, now everybody's just being mean. What the hell? Everybody's just mean-spirited. That's not right. Laura says we're supposed to be 83. See, what? Okay, fine, fuck it. Just let me have it. Let me have it. Anybody else? Bastards. Okay. Judy, did you see the video I put up of the dry hummingbird and the wet hummingbird? That shows how the wet one is more like what the finished product's going to look like, because wood. It's a trick they used on when you pick out woods for guitars. They do the same thing. They'll wet the back for you so that you can see it just pop and go. It's going to look more like that. Dry wood doesn't look like finished wood. She said, yes, it was beautiful. It makes a huge fucking difference. Now, everybody was going goo-goo over just the dry wood, and it's like, you have no idea. You have no idea. Now, there's some good news. I'm going to keep doing walnut. I may do mahogany, too. W says, I like all the ones you've made so far. Thank you. The hell was I saying? You fucking derailed me. What was I saying? But yeah, everybody's like, oh, they're beautiful. It's like you have no idea. The finished product is going to be so much nicer. Judy says, you had some good news. I had some good news. Oh, thank you. I got some good news. Wood for guitars. Yeah, I was back on there. I was saying, remember I said that I might have to stop working with walnut, and I love freaking walnut. So I was going to go with mahogany instead, and they're going to run me about the same price. So I still might do mahogany for my darks as well. And I said that I was going to have to probably stop working the coasters with walnut because it's a very sappy wood, and it's gumming up the laser. Well, I also told you I got a special vacuum cleaner. It's a smaller nozzle, works fucking great, and I got the spray machine working like a freaking champ. I use it after every set of coasters that I do. and I'm keeping the laser relatively clean. I'm not getting the buildup that I was before, except when I do this. My test runs, and I did a shit ton of test runs for coasters. I did it with the black walnut plywood, the craft plywood. Well, that's got a bunch of glue and shit in it. It's got layers of different types of wood with walnut on either side, but then glue holding everything together. Well, I think it was that the glue crap that was more the problem than the walnut is. Excuse me. Because I've been running my walnut ones, especially since I'm able to keep up with it, and I'm not getting that same buildup. Because it turns into like concrete. It's weird. So I think it's the craft plywood that does that. I mean, it's easy to work with, but I'm not running it tests as much as the other ones. So when I'm running regular solid woods, I'm not having that problem. So I'll be able to keep my walnut. So that's my good news. Do you want to hear some more good news? Who wants to hear some more good news? You want to hear the good news? The good news? Who wants to hear the good news? Judy says always. Anybody else want to hear the good news? Laurel says yes. W says, let it rip. Jesus Christ died for your sins, so that you shall not perish, but have eternal life in heaven with the Lord himself. The good news. the good news. Everybody's heard the good news. That's what they called it, right? And when they go around, have you heard the good news, my brother, my sister? Have you? Judy says that is good. Right. Isn't that what they used to call it, the good news? Have you heard of Jesus Christ? Say, yeah. Yeah. My father says that all the time when I walk in there. Jesus Christ. Yeah, my grandfather said it every time he hit his thumb there. Laura says the best news. The best news. News. W says it's always good news. Not to be confused with a good noose. A good noose is good to have, though. It is good to have. Oh, that's racist. Why is it racist? There was more whites hung with nooses than blacks. Back in the day, every criminal was hung with a noose. Every time somebody was lynched, and more white people were lynched than black people. So shut the fuck up. Noose. A proper noose. Okay. You got two types of nooses. Do you know the two types of nooses? Who knows the two types of nooses? Two types of nooses. Two main types of nooses. Okay. You got the noose. I ain't gonna wait. You got the hangman's noose, and you got the lynch mob noose, and they're not the same. Just for example, a lynch mob noose is just a slip knot. That's all it is, a slip knot and a rope. And they put that around your neck, and they tighten it up, and they hang you. And you die of strangulation. You, the blood, it cuts the. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. Yeah. The nooses that are used by lynch mobs doesn't look like a hangman's noose. Okay, and I'll explain to you why. It's just to go around your neck. It's a slip knot. It's a slip knot, and it goes around your neck, and they tighten it up, and they throw it over a tree limb or pole or whatever, and they lift you up, and that cuts the blood off. It's into your neck. It cuts your blood off to your brain, so you pass out, and at the same time, a lot of times you'll suffocate. You can't breathe. Okay, so that's how you die at a lynch mob. It's not how you die at a hangman's noose with a hangman's noose. And I'm going to show you exactly, I'm going to verbalize it, and you're going to go, oh, that fucking makes sense. A hangman's noose, again, a noose that's just a lynch mob, it's a slip knot. That's it. A hangman's noose, you notice it, it's a slip knot, but then it's got a bunch of coils of rope built up around the center rope. Okay? It's usually about like that long. Look about 8 to 10 inches. Right? And now you're going to go, fucking A, you're right. Yeah, I've seen those. Right. And they take it and they put it around your neck, and then they position it. They don't just they put it around your neck, and then they tuck it to one side and right behind your ear. Right? And you go, oh, fuck, I've seen them do that too. Right. You never see that with a lynch mob. It's just a slip knot. Doesn't matter. Because the nooses do two different things. A hangman's noose is designed so that when your weight drops on it, where the other one, remember, they don't drop you off, they lift you up. Or if they kick you off, you're only just, then your feet are dangling. They don't drop you. A hangman's noose is meant to be done with a drop. And what that drop does, and the positioning of the thick part of the rope when it's coiled, breaks your neck. That's what kills you. And you die like that. Two different types of nooses. Now you'll never see the nooses the same again. But that's what they are. And there's an actual science to how many coils they're supposed to use, how far the drop's supposed to be. They calculate the weight, the rough weight of the person dropping. Because if they don't weigh enough, and you've got too many of those coils, it won't break the neck. But yeah, hangman's noose is meant to break your neck and kill you that way, and a lynch mob noose is just a slip knot. You're going to die of suffocation and your message was redacted. What'd you say? You got to write it again. You knew about the knots and stuff like that. Fucking Yahoo. Not Yahoo, YouTube. It begins with a Y. Knew about the hangman's knot, didn't realize the other was a slip knot. Yeah, the lynch mobs didn't take the time to make the build up on the noose. It's just a rope with a slip knot. Which the same way is like, that's what gets me too, is like, oh, they left a noose and it's okay if the noose looked like a hangman's noose. That's not what they would have used to lynch you with anyways. Who is going to make a hangman's noose for a lynch mob? They wouldn't do it. It's just a slip knot. That's all it is. It's a slip knot. It's the same thing on a rope. which is actually pretty damn. A lot of people don't realize this. Do you know why? You know, when you've seen the Cowboys do the tricks and they've got the big hoop and it's the rope and it's like, oh, that's so cool. And I've tried to look. I went to Home Depot and I got a bunch of rope and I tried that. It ain't easy to keep that thing open. Of course not, because it's not the right rope. A rope and the rope that you buy at Home Depot, you know, like a login rope or, you know, they're not the same ropes. A rope and rope is stiff. It creates that circle by itself. It stays open. All they got to do is just move it around and it stays open. Where you can do that with a Home Depot rope or a login rope and stuff like that. You can do it, but it's a lot harder because the rope's all floppy. Rope and rope, it's not floppy. It's stiff. You know, you see them, they're coiled up and they put them on the pommel of the horse, off the pommel. And you notice they never collapse. They stay open. It's a big loop. Well, because the ropes are stiff. Laurel says, I have a couple lassos in the barn. Very stiff. Right. That's why when they're on the horse, it's a big loop. You can't make them flop like that. So yeah, when they do all of these tricks and they're jumping and it's like, it ain't as difficult as what it looks. 'Cause, you know, I think everybody's probably tried it when they were kids with just a regular rope, and it's hard as hell. You can get it to go. If you do it just right, you can get it to go, and it'll open up, and it can do the thing, and that's fine, but it's a lot of work. It ain't a lot of work with a lasso. With a rope and rope. But yeah, that's just a slip knot too. It's a little different, but a lot of times they'd use that. If it was a cowboy, they'd just hang them on that, just like a cow. They just go and and then up over a thing and then off they go. Generally, though, they'd bring a separate rope because it's easier using I'll just say login rope. An all-purpose rope is a whole lot easier for lynching. Just because it's a disposable rope, you don't want to use your good lasso. They soften up a wee bit after they get right. Yeah, they'll do it, but they don't ever get floppy. You want them to be able to coil out, to be able to go, but you don't want them to get floppy. Because you need them to stay open. No floppiness. But yeah, different types of ropes for different things. You can stiffen them back up again, though. If they get a little bit too loose, you can stiffen them back up. But yeah, it ain't a general purpose rope. Rope GP. But yeah, that's why they can do the tricks. And more so, you probably want a good, what I'd say, 6 feet or so. 6 to 8 feet probably, stiff at the end still. The rest can get floppy, that's fine. But you need a stiff end. You need a stiff end. Stop it. If you're having a problem with your rope being too floppy and she ain't stiff enough, she ain't doing what she's supposed to do anymore. I'll tell you what, the Cowboys got a trick for that. My goodness. You're terrible. A terrible bunch of people. Gonna get my show canceled. It's 20 minutes after 9. 20 minutes after 9. Ah, Goodness gracious. Do I have any other news? I'm trying to think if I've got any other news. News, not news. So I've covered the stands for the coasters. Covered the what else was I supposed to do this week? I was supposed to wash the truck. I sprayed it down, but I ain't washed it yet. Need to wash it. Need the oil change. Maybe I'll go and do that tomorrow. See if the missus wants to go. If she wants to go, it'll be after she gets out of work. We'll go and get the oil changed. Got to see whether I got somebody was going to send me a book. They wrote a book. Say they want to send me a book. So they said that last week. I don't know if they shipped it or not. I didn't get a message saying I got mail, but I got a bigger box. So if the book fit in the box, then they wouldn't let me know. So I'll go and I'll check. I'll go check my mailbox. I got a shit ton more coasters done. What else was I supposed to do this week? I was going to start to do the I've been working on in my head box designs, construction methods, and got a coping saw coming in, because sometimes the coasters don't come out, so I got a good coping saw coming in. I got a Japanese pull saw coming in, a 6-incher, so that'll help out. That helps when I build things and I have stuff that's sticking out. I can just so I got a Japanese pull saw and a coping saw. Coping saw, for the folks that aren't familiar with it, it's kind of like a it's like a handheld jigsaw, shaped like a big pea. The handle on the bottom, and then it comes out like this, and it's got a skinny blade between them. Coping saw. So I got one of those coming. And I was telling the missus, I got out of the shower, and I'm like, oh, I was a dumbass. I haven't been giving you all my receipts, have I? She goes, oh, I got a couple. I said, no, I should give you them all. So we get one envelope per month. Should be enough for all the receipts. Most of my stuff's done online, so I don't get a receipt. I get an email, but I don't get a receipt. But then I was thinking, well, shit, receipts ain't going to do much good nowadays anyways. A lot of people don't realize this. Now, I don't know whether photocopies of a receipt would help in an audit, because those can be faked as well. But here's the thing about a lot of receipts nowadays, because I had to tell customers about this, because we had the machines. A lot of the machines do a heat transfer on the paper. So it looks like it's printed in ink. It ain't printed in ink. It's just a heat transfer. And that breaks down over time. So you can put it in an envelope. You put it in there, you can read it right as day right there. 6 months later, you open up that envelope, you got a blank piece of paper in there. So we said, people, if you need the information on it, take a picture of it or photocopy of it, because it ain't going to be there in 6 to 8 months. That doesn't help you out. It's like, okay, 2 years later, you get audited, you open up your damn thing, and 2/3 of your receipts are just blank paper. Depends upon whether it's a heat transfer or whether it's a ink. And a lot of companies are doing heat transfer now. So if you need your receipts, make sure you ask, is this heat transfer or is this ink? So whatever. I mean, she's fastidious about it anyways. She got her accounting software, and every time I come in, I go, here you go. This is how much I spent. This is where I spent it. This is what it's for. It goes directly in the business expenses, and get something else that's business related. Okay, that goes there. And then it just tallies it up and then keeps it itemized. So at the end of the year, you can just print it all out. It ain't going to be worth the IRS coming after me anyways. I ain't going to make that much. I wish. Things going now, I'm going to be in the hole on Facebook. Holy shit. I'm just over $300. Rolling 28 now. Let me pull that up and see what it is. Let me see that shit. Here we go. Misery loves company. I mean, look, I'll do it. Just I show you. So you know, I don't talk out my ass anyways. But as you can see right here, 337.81 approximate earnings in the last rolling 28 days, down 71.8% from the previous 28 days. Down 71.8% from the previous rolling 28. Views. Let's see the views. Look at that. 7 million. I was running over 20 million. I'm now at 7 million. Today's number, as guess will. What's the numbers? 31,281 followers. So I'm still climbing, just not very fast. Not very fast. 4.3% up from the last. I was running. Again, I was getting what? 1,000 a week? Be lucky if I get 1,000 this month. Laurel. Something came up. Laurel, did you know that feller that I was talking about in the back room? Or were you just surmising? I'm not going to say his name on the show. It's a feller that been following me. I think he was, here we go. I'll get back on camera. He was, I think he followed me for a while on Facebook. I know he's been following me on Instagram for quite a while. Oh, she says, no, I was just guessing. Yeah. Kind of surprised me. I thought the first time the picture came up, I said, the guy's just fucking around. He's just fucking around. No. No, he wasn't fucking around. Because I was like, what the hell? What the hell? The name's wrong. Because the first time the picture came up, it was his standard name. Now the name's changed to a female name. And he's got more makeup on and shit. And he was at the oncologist. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I have no idea what the hell happened to him. I'm probably gonna end up unfollowing him because I got no interest in seeing that shit in my feeds. I wish him the best, but I wish he'd had a standard midlife crisis. You know, not one that you think you're a gal, but you know, it's just he was a manly man. You know, like looked like me, but didn't look like me. He's a cowboy hat, jeans, buckle, boots, pistolero. Works on firearms, shoot 'em up, root 'em, toot 'em. He was working on restoring a Gatling gun. He was supposed to be sending it up at some point, and he wanted me to take pictures of it. Because from what I understand, I'm pretty good at that stuff. Laura says his features are those of a rugged guy. New pictures are just very unattractive. The new pictures are just... Yeah. No, the new pictures are a dude with makeup on. Not a feminine guy. There's some ethnicities and some guys that can pull it off. We've talked about this. Hispanics, Asians, they tend to be smaller boned. Some Middle Eastern guys, Persians, some Persian guys can pull it off naturally. It's like, okay, yeah, you might be able to do it. And then a lot of times they'll still shave. They'll shave a jawbone down. I'm not talking about hair. I'm talking about bone. They'll shave the bone down a little bit, make it a little pointier. Yeah, and Laurel says he's not one of those. He's not. he's not a effeminate looking dude. Judy says it's really gross. I wonder if they see what we see. Don't know. Don't care. I just wish he'd have because that came out of nowhere. It's like, holy shit. He's taken most of his other pictures off his Instagram. I found one of him looking normal. He took all the rest down. Just have a normal midlife crisis. Fucking kick your dog and go find yourself a young girlfriend that's way too fucking young. She ain't got nothing in common. It ain't gonna last. Just go and just do the normal shit. Buy yourself a sports car. Wrap it around a tree. Don't do this tranny shit. Work on trannies. Buy a Camaro and work on its tranny. Don't become one. Laurel says buy a Camaro. Yeah, buy a Camaro, work on its tranny. Don't be a tranny. Laurel says buy a fast car. Oh, Judy, she just threw the smack down on you. You said buy a Camaro, and Laurel says buy a fast car. Laurel's saying Camaros are slow. The gauntlet has been thrown. Here's the trick about racing, real racing. And I'm not talking about straight line. Straight line ain't shit. That's not a race. It's not a race. That's a competition to see just speed in a straight line. That doesn't impress me. You can have a fast car. I'm talking about racing. And I talked about this before. Laurel says, I bet we sang at the same time. No, you threw down the gauntlet. It's not the fastest car that wins races all the time. As the saying goes, on any given day, yeah. A lot of times in a real race, it's the person with the biggest balls. The one who will go fastest into a corner before they break. Someone is going to ride to the edge or over the edge of safety. Most people chicken out. And I'm not talking about like movies and shit. I'm talking about real life. The person is usually the weak link in a real race. And I don't consider, it's a straight line down a highway and nobody's there and you're just both flooring. That ain't a fucking race. You can do that shit. You can do that shit on your own. It's not a race. Laura says, I almost wiped out in one of the Mustangs. Never told Tommy. Yeah, you can do that. The missus has told me more than once to, hey. We had a Mustang, and before that, her baby was a Dodge Shelby Daytona. Those not familiar with it, they look like a Fox body Mustang, but they're not. They're Dodges. Dodge Daytona. Shelby. 5 on the floor. Fast little car. We'd load the kids in the back, go over bumps, and that back suspension would just rub. The tires would rub in the wheel wells. But you get the kids out of there and just go, oh man, that car would move. That car would move faster than a Mustang did. But yeah, it's like I told her, it's a fast car. It's the balls that win the race. Whether you're willing to split traffic or not, yeah, dicey move. I've been known to. I've been known to. I can drive though. I'm a driver. And then I had my driving training, so I'm not just he can drive. I can drive, but I've also been trained to drive. So do some fun things with cars. I is a trained driver. You can make cars do amazing things. And you can do it with a standard transmission as well, but you got to do things different. You got to do things different. It's like, well, why'd you? Yes, I trained in a standard and an automatic, because a lot of the moves you have to still do. You have to still do them, but you have to do them differently. The same way as a lot of the moves are different whether you got a rear wheel drive or a front wheel drive car. They act totally different. It's always fun. Laurel says Tommy's little Ford Focus SVT was a lot faster than the Mustangs. 6 on the floor. Yeah, it's a power to weight ratio. It's a power to weight ratio. And then depending upon where you're going, you don't need the most powerful. Like if you're in the city, you don't need something that top ends. You need something that's going to go relatively quick from stoplight to stoplight, and 50, 60 miles an hour, really fast, slow down. You got to be able to handle, twist, and because you're not going to be doing 100 in the city. They do it in the movies. Never happens in the real world. There's not enough time. Not enough time. You're moving too much. Weaving. So you can do with a lot less in real world situations. A lot less in real world. Like that jackwagon, that Marine that was testifying in Minnesota in support of their fucking unconstitutional gun bans. That line second. He didn't lie. He told the truth. He told the truth, but he misled. And the difference between an AR-15 and an M4, the velocity is negligible. It is only technically more powerful because it's got an 1.5 inch longer barrel. That's it. Laurel says, when we lived in Minnesota, Tommy was usually going at least 80 to and from work. Yeah, 80's comfortable. 80's comfortable. Here's another interesting thing. 80 back in the day seemed really fast. 80's not fast anymore. Most traffic is doing at least 80. Cars are built different. They feel different. They run smoother. You don't notice your speed. Here's an interesting fact. Why do you think that the vast majority of speed limits on highways was 60 miles an hour? Then they dropped it to 55. But why do you think it was the majority was 60 miles an hour? Now I'll tell you. It had nothing to do with safety. They'd take people out in all sorts of cars, and they would shield them from the speedometer. Okay? And they'd have them drive. And they say, drive to where you feel comfortable. When you start to feel a little bit uncomfortable, slow down. Drive to where you feel comfortable. And the average speed, no matter what vehicle they were driving back in the day, where people felt comfortable, No, had nothing to do with fuel savings. The 55 was, but that's kind of a myth too, especially as time goes on, because a lot of vehicles, 55 is not the best fuel savings. But the reason it was 60 is because of comfort. It was safer to drive where you feel comfortable. It's not really a safety issue, it's just how you feel. And the average feel was about 60 miles an hour. That's what they made it, 60 miles an hour. They dropped it to 55 for supposed fuel savings, but they did the same thing. They added restrictors and governors and all stuff. I guess I'm not average. No. See, back in the day, the average car felt fast at 60. Again, new cars, fuck. That's no. And I'm not average because I like to drive fast anyways. But the average person, it was about 60 miles an hour. But like they had big engines, and they said, well, to save fuel, we're going to reduce the horsepower. Well, then people just put more gas in it anyways to get the same speed and the same acceleration. They didn't save anybody any more gas. It was all stupid. Give them more horsepower where they don't have to use the engine as hard, and they save gas. It's all stupid. All stupid. No, Laurel, though, you are not average. Everybody who comes to the Whiskey Cowboy Live is above average. They're more intelligent. They're better looking. They're awesome lovers. Philosophers. Ain't nobody average here. What was it? Lake Wagamama, whatever it was. It's a from like the Prairie Home Companion. They had that too. The whatever that town was. It's like where everybody's above average. What do we got here? Turn that off. Let me see where that is. Lake Wobegon. Lake Wobegon, where everyone is above average. Lake Wobegon. Speaking of lake, oh man, it's going to be so good to get out on the water. I'm getting out on the water, folks. I ain't gonna be on the rivers right away. I'm gonna find me a nice quiet lake. I don't care if the water's cold as long as it ain't moving. Laurel says, I knew I was in trouble when Tim was little. He once said, lead follower, get out of the way, Mama. From the back seat. Yeah. I don't even give people the choice. I'd rather, no, just get the fuck out of the way. Nah, I don't mind following as long as you're not slowing me up. Oh, he said, get out of Mama's way. Yeah. Timmy, that's your son, right? Timmy! Timmy! Lead follower, get out of Mama's way. Mm-hmm. Yep. Happens. Says yes. Yes. I presume that means the sun. The sun. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. And now you're hearing her sing it in your head. The Cowboy's narrating and she's singing it. Yes, sir. Yeah, that little blowy thing works good on the guitar too. You know, because the edges, the creases and stuff will gather stuff. You just blow that shit out and brush it out. It's like, oh, this is pretty good. Keeps the guitar looking good. I still need to wash it though, because I drink my coffee when I'm doing it. So I end up I got like coffee dribbles. It's just little ones on my guitar. You can't see it in the videos. I wash it off every now and again. Wash it. Wash my coffee dribbles. Happens. I'm a guy. Dribble. Like, John, that's a little too much information. Just a little bit. It's like we're all grown adults here. It's the facts of life. That's that was a theme song. Was that a show? Was that the name of the show, Facts of Life? No, it's part of the theme show. '70s? Yeah, 70s? The 70s or the 80s? 70s? Facts of Life. 79. So it was right there. 79. Mm-hmm. 9 seasons. Starting in August 24th, 1979. We got Blair, Natalie, Joe, Tootie, Edna, Sue Ann. The Facts of Life. Ooh, coming up on the hour. Do we miss something? We missed something on this show. Judy goes by Camaro. Camaro. They don't make the Camaro anymore, are they? I think they stopped. I'll bet they're going to come back again. Camaro. You know what I didn't like about the later Camaros? The Camaros and the Corvette ass ends looked an awful lot alike. Didn't like that. Don't like the ass end of the latest Camaros. Fronts were pretty good. Didn't like the back. It looked like a chubby Corvette. It looked like a Corvette that needed to be on Ozempic. Boy, I ruffled some feathers with that one today. I just had to stop. I had to unclick. I had to say, do not notify me. I was tired of people coming in and number one, oh, it's a bad example. It's not a bad example. It's not a bad example. They were well on their way to that before Ozzy died. Stop it. And we all know that Ozempic is a real fucking problem out there right now. It's a medicine that has valid use, yes. My husband takes it because he had type 2 diabetes and blah, blah. Good. Good on you. I take it and it's up. Good on you. That doesn't change the fact that it is being widely abused out there and people are turning into Holocaust chic looking people. And like I said, and more to Laurel says, very big problem. No pun intended. Yeah. And more so since that's what I was talking about. It's not just that there's always been skinny. Yes, there has been. Heroin chic, there's always been a few heroin chic women. Always. But that's not what most of them were doing. Most of them were thin, but not heroin chic. Now we're getting dang outright emaciated skeletons. Some men, mostly women. Ryan Seacrest is one of the men that's going just all crazy, but it's mostly women. And they went from the body positivity where it's like you get people like Lizzo going, oh, be as fat as you want, be great, gain weight, and she wasn't the only one. And she's lucky she didn't die. A lot of those body positivity models and promoters have died. They've died. But then when Ozempic came out, Lizzo started losing weight. It's like, so don't tell me you wanted to be that size. Don't tell me you wanted to be that size. You didn't. It was just like I posted. It's easier to just eat and blame everybody else and try to shame everybody else for telling you that you're not healthy. Look, I'm not mean to overweight people. I'm not. But I'm not a fucking liar either. I'm not a liar. So this whole thing, oh, you're going to be healthy. And it's like, yeah, you're 30 years old and you're 350 pounds and 5 foot nothing. You may be okay. You may be able to be moving right now. You ain't going to be moving in 10 years. Your joints are all going to be shot. Your organs are all going to be given out on you. You're going to have all sorts of other health problems. So don't fucking tell me. Because you can walk now and you can jog for about 10 fucking feet that you're all healthy and just, healthy at any size. Biggest fucking lie. Biggest fucking lie. Healthy at any size? No. But that goes in both directions. We're meant to be a certain range. And for my height, I remember going, that was back years ago. And my doctor, I was, I think 185. And she's like, no, you're perfect. You're right in your healthy weight. It's like, no, I feel like I feel comfortable when I'm over 200. In the 60s and 70s, you had to look for over. Yeah. Back in the day, I'm trying to think. Only a couple. If you were in school and fat, you stuck out. Because there wasn't many of them, and you weren't poor. Because the poor people didn't eat enough. They couldn't eat enough. We're the West. My God. Fucking poor people are dying of morbid obesity. Can you imagine that shit? Historically speaking, only rich people were fat. Poor people, they couldn't eat enough. They were too busy working. That's the same way as historically having a tan. If you were rich, you didn't have a tan. That meant that you were outside too much. Only poor people had to stay outside that fucking much. Rich people were. That's why, you see them and they put the white makeup on in the like the Renaissance age. It's because they're accenting how rich they are. And then it switched. It's like, then industry went inside. So then the majority of the people, except for farmers, worked inside, and only like farmers and a few like roofers and shit. If you saw somebody with a tan, they were either like really rich or really poor, because everybody in the middle, they worked inside, so they weren't getting the sun anymore. Rich people had the time to lay out, and poor people, super poor, had to work outside. Excuse me. Yeah. It is what it is. So strange. Dun, 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 dun. People are strange when you're a stranger. People look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Oh, good song. Man, I have been phlegmy. And as soon as I go horizontal, when I lay in the bed, everything just goes, pow. It's like, oh, you son of a mother. Laurel says, my grandmother never was outside without a big brimmed hat. She was extra tan. Oh, she was never tan. And she aged, and as she aged, she didn't have the lines, just fine porcelain cracks. Yeah. Yeah, big hats. Big hats will do that. And you'll see like when they wear the garden gloves all the time. The sleeves are always down. It's actually cooler in the summertime. If you get baggy clothes, light in color. That's why it's like, oh man, the people in the Middle East, they must be so fucking hot and they're wearing all these robes. No, they're light robes, multiple layers of air, and it helps keep them cool on the inside. Now, Laurel, I see it in this. It's my. I know you were you should have told me something was off about it. You said you loved it, but I'm like, something's not quite right about the new dragon design. I'll work on something. See if I can get something better. Because it's just annoying me now. It's just the whole dragon head. I love it. That's great. But the other one's just, it's annoying me. Something's not right. Laura says, but I couldn't figure out what it was. I think it's a combination of, it seems a little cartoony, and it didn't with all the detail. As soon as I started taking the detail off, it tended, but it engraves so much better the way it is. And the wings just they're not big enough. But it's now if I'd made the wings look so they come underneath the front arms, which they don't. It didn't look quite as bad the first way with the head a little bit smaller and facing the other direction. But it's just, something's just not. It's got good motion. I like the motion. I like the feel. It's just a little cartoony, and it's just annoying the shit out of me. So I'll finish those up and sell them, but I probably won't make any more of that design. I love the flame area. That's just it works so well. Yeah, if something's not setting right with them, just let me know. I'm usually pretty good at picking it out. And sometimes if everybody else just loves it and I'm just not, I could do it. But yeah, something was just irking the shit out of me about that one. It's like, it's good quality. It's a nice looking design. It ain't sitting right. Ain't sitting right. Laurel says you'll come up with something better. Dang right I will. Most certainly. I nailed it with the head, though. That's just awesome. Wolf, I nailed that. The hummingbird, although a different style, nailed it. The horse head's decent. I'll come up with more. Kind of thinking of doing one sort of like the... Judy says the wolf is beautiful. Thank you. Thinking maybe let's see if I can pull these up here. Go to the back room, because I know I posted them up in the back room. Yeah, here we go. See, something more like this. It's a more realistic horse. And do a horse head coaster like this. See, here's the thing, is I can do full bodies, but for that size, a 4-inch coaster, just a head alone is just easier to see. So if I do something like this would engrave really nice. And then do the do the Celtic knot around the outside. I like how the mane, I wanted to fill up the space. That's why the mane's like this. Judy says, I love it. And see, that's a more realistic. Now the coaster that I've got now, and the horse is done in it's kind of like the Celtic, a modified Celtic pattern. That's very nice. That's very nice. Now, Judy, a horse like this, will the Celtic knot work around it, or let's see here. Let's see if I can get the. Okay, here's. Whoa, music. Sorry. Okay. Or there we go. See, I like that one too. This is like what the the hummingbird is ish. I like this too. Totally different. Okay, Laurel says that would be beautiful. My daughter-in-law would love it. Which one? The more realistic style or the Celtic knot workhorse? See, because I think they both look really nice, but they're totally different feels. So which do you think? I'll probably offer, if I did it, I'd probably offer both. Laurel says flowing mane realistic. Judy says I like them both, but like the other more with all the hair. Okay. Let me work one up like that and see what I can come up with. I've got, because I was going to do a bunch more of these Celtic knot ones. Because they go along with the hummingbird. I mean, if they sell, I can still do both. I mean, that the Celtic knot hummingbird is spot on though. It's just an awesome coaster. I like this. This is nice. But then you've got, okay, and see there's the horse. There's the horse with all the. It's not Celtic at all. Again, I can put a Celtic knot around it. But like I had said, it's just easier for quick visuals. I could do a full horse, but the horse would be really small within the 4-inch circle. Laurel says both of them are beautiful. I just know what she loves. No, and that's fine. And I want both of them are more than fine. Let me see if I can work up this design here. Judy says that one is gorgeous. Okay. That's and it's going to look. And it's going to look like a brown horse on walnut. And it's going to look like a white horse on maple. Just by virtue of the color of the wood. So, okay, that's what I think tomorrow I'm going to spend some time and I'm going to try to come up with. I'll see if I can use this or similar to come up with a round coaster design with the Celtic knot. Hey, W, good night. Get some sleep. Hope you get so hot you sweat your ass off. Hope you're miserable. Oh, goodness. But with a Celtic knot around the outside, which I'll still keep with my themes. And then another dragon that's better suited. Look, y'all know me. I'm a perfectionist. And I just want the best. I ain't gonna offer a hummingbird in a realistic. I've nailed the Celtic knot version. You saw it wet. That's a classy coaster. Excuse me. That's a classy coaster. She's staying as is. I'm going to still offer the Celtic horse, but I'll offer a more realistic. And I can go realistic because my dragon's realistic and my wolf's realistic. None of them are. I did try other Celtic and it's like I wasn't liking it. It works. It works for the hummingbird. W says, not going to happen tonight, 31 for low. Good. Laurel says the hummingbird needs no improvement. No, she's perfect. It does what it's supposed to do. It does what it's supposed to do. But I do like the Celtic knot work with the wolf and with the dragon head. It just works with the rest of them, and that's fine. So I'll do the same thing with the horse. And see how that comes. I'm sure it's going to be fucking gorgeous. There's enough white space where it's going to make the wood shine. You have to find a happy medium, especially when you're dealing with wood, how much you can carve away and how much you have to leave. The other dragon, the first version before I did the production, it was just so the lines were so fine, it just ate it up. You lost it. But this other horse head, I think she's going to work just fine. Going to work just fine. Well, it's almost 10 after. It was a decent show. You guys weren't too bad. So I will work on those two tomorrow and see if I can get other shit off of my to-do list taken care of. Put out more content. I got what? I did two Road Apple Medias today. There's one. Two. Yeah, I did two today. I think I missed one yesterday. I'm not sure. But I got in two today. It's difficult because the Babylon Bee is really good, and I always hit, if it's like, I'm going to do one, and look, it's like, oh, you fuckers have already done a version of that. So it's like, I got to come up with something different. So I'm always trying to do something the Bee hasn't done. And they do a lot, and they got a whole staff to do it. So, and it's just me here. Judy says, I'll be looking forward to seeing it. All righty. I just want to get again, these are going to be absolutely freaking gorgeous. And they're going to be worth every bit of $30 per set. And like I said, I want to do, they're going to be worth more than that, but I don't think I'd be able to sell them for more than that. The stands, I want to get them between, I don't know, $5 or $6 if I can. I don't think that that's too much for the stand. May be able to offer the 4 and the 8 for the same price. Don't know. I have to see how much my dowels are going to cost me. To do it right, I think to do it right, if I can find some walnut dowels, that'd be good, because they're already brown. They're already brown. So I'll just have to see how things cost. I got to go and try to find them. I'll let folks know. So I'm behind schedule, but it's going to be worth it when everything gets ready for sale. It's going to be worth it. I'm not worried about it. The missus said, don't worry about it. We're paying our bills, so don't worry about it. Well, she did come out of her office, and I got the whole edge of the dining room table. She goes, that's a lot of product. It's like, yep. Yeah, I used to make other different products too, so she used to my products stacking up. She's like, that's a lot of product. That is. Looking good. Looking good. All right, well, again, thank you all very much for joining the show. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow on Facebook. Next show is Sunday. Same time, same place. Send the prayers out for the folks that need the prayers, Specifically, Allie and Gus, top of the list. Judy says good night, y'all. Good night, Miss Judy. Good night, Miss Laurel. Good night, OT, if you're still watching. W is already gone. Fucker. And with that, I have to clear my throat. Man, I'm just getting phlegmy. God bless and take care.